On that day, when you missed out on the bronze medal, and actually you personally had your personal best, so it was unusual for that speed of the race not to get a medal.
Yeah, I think we ran a time, the Great Britain team there, that was the fastest ever time to not win an Olympic medal in the 4x400 metre relay.
So how did you feel about it? You must have been devastated.
Well, we put it down to just sort of bad luck at the time. Of course, we were really happy that we'd performed so well, but athletics is a sport of, like, medal or no medal, and we didn't get the medal.
Yeah.
And it was very disappointing, of course. Looking back now suddenly I feel actually angry that it's not really just bad luck, but actually probably a federation, a state-sponsored, it looks like, a state-sponsored doping programme has actually robbed me personally and my team.
I remember it so clearly because we all lived through it with you on the show at the time. But did you have suspicions? Because I should point out that there's been no implication that the authorities will backdate this and start stripping medals. I mean, nobody knows about that, but there is no indication that that's going to happen, that it doesn't go back that far. But did you have your suspicions?
Well, one of the real tragedies of, like, people cheating in sport is that you suddenly can then start to doubt every good performance ever. So, of course, you know, as an athlete, you sometimes like to think, oh, actually, did I not win there because of something foul play or just because I'm not good enough? And you reconcile yourself that actually, you know, we ran well, but on the day we just weren't fast enough. And looking back at it now, perhaps that wasn't the case.
And Chris, for you, it must be so frustrating to see your son sort of robbed of that moment. Again, as Phil said, we don't really know the reasons, but you can look at the headlines and you sort of make up your own mind, don't you, from that?
I mean, it's horrendous. It's horrendous for Andrew. I mean, you know, what people don't realise is the life, you know, an athlete leads. I mean, strict discipline, no late nights, no drinking, no parties, strict nutrition, you know, and that's every day, and training every day. And you're aiming for the Olympics, and then you're just missing out on a bronze medal because of possible doping. We don't know.
Well, the Russian Sports Minister, Vitaly Mutko, has said that there was no evidence for the accusations against the Russian Athletics Federation. Paula Radcliffe, however, has backed calls for Russia to be banned for competing if it's proved that the country carry out systematic doping. And this does appear, you know, it's been said in a number of newspapers that it goes right to the very top, although the Kremlin has appeared to dismiss the report. Vladimir Putin's spokesman calling accusations of state-sponsored doping unfounded.
I mean, I find it particularly irksome when it's on such a large scale. So when it's an individual that might cheat for purpose of personal greed, I can somehow comprehend it in my head. You know, it's tangible. But this is something so huge, and it seems so unfair that likely any Russian athletes that are implicated in this were victims themselves, actually, in a way that their federation had done this on a large scale, which is really unfair.
There's a big cloud over the many Russian athletes who I'm sure are absolutely clean and don't use drugs.
It's such a shame, and, you know, it's not just me. Like, we've actually, in Britain alone, there's so many athletes that have missed out on medals, and, you know, you just don't know actually what the reasons for that were. Was it because they weren't fast enough? No. Actually, is it due to foul play?
Incredibly unfair.